Welcome back to the 210 show. We have a very special pod for you today. We got a couple topics we're going to go over, as well as a very special guest that is a longtime friend of all of ours. I'll let him introduce himself here in a minute. But again, welcome back. I am your co-host, Jay, and I'll pass it over to my left so they can introduce themselves.
I am Angry Joey.
I am the hater with facts.
And Tony's back in the house.
There we go.
What's good, everybody? Monster is in the building.
And he is currently also the champ for our fantasy football league right now, too.
As much as I hate to say it, every now and then, man.
Yeah, he finished last a couple times, but that's all right.
You're only as good as your last game, sir.
5 points.
Okay. So we're going to jump into it. Angry Joey has a couple of topics that he wants to talk about, so I'll just turn it over to him so he can introduce his own topic.
Okay, so the first one, I kind of just going to break out of our shell a little bit, and do something that we've never done before. And I'm not turning this into like a movie review or anything like that. But one of the things that, since we are a sports oriented pod, I wanted to actually get it out there, because just recently there's three of us that actually just got done watching the new Superman movie. So I just was kind of wondering if there was anybody out there that has any ideas as to what their favorite sports movie of all time is and why. I can go ahead and kick mine off. And, as much as I love fantasy football and I love football in general, baseball, but I'm going to talk about a hockey one, and that's Miracle. I actually did live through that 1980s Olympic hockey team for real. And what was so fascinating about that story, if you really, really get into it, that was beyond a David and Goliath story. I don't think that a lot of people realize it because, it's on par with, how do I say this, an NCAA Division II team taking on the Dream Team and winning them or beating them in the Olympics. In the Olympics, this is a team that had actually won 4 straight Olympics. I think it was 4 or 5. But anyway, and nobody was even coming close. The Russians, they were actually destroying teams, by double figures. In fact, they had actually played an exhibition game against the United States that very season, and they destroyed him. I think it was like 10-2. It could have been 15-2, 20-2. It could have been just an astronomical number.
So this was a super team.
Oh, yeah, very much so. They were undefeated for the longest time. They just could not be beat. Nobody even came close. And now they're basically taking literally a bunch of college students, literally, fresh out of college. They're not even in the NHL. And they actually beat the Russians 4-3 in round 2 of the Olympics. It was a fascinating story altogether, and one of the other things is earlier, just before they actually played the United States, they did play an NHL all-star team and crushed them.
Damn.
Yeah. It was the most amazing story there ever was told. Disney actually did a very good job of putting this movie together. They actually showcased Herb Brooks really, really well. That was the head coach and he was actually one of some of these college kids mentor / coach leading up to them. But the story itself was just fascinating. And now here's another lesser known fact. A lot of people think that this game against the Russian was the actual gold medal. It was not. It was the semifinals. And then they actually went in and they played against Finland for the gold medal. And they once again came from behind 4-2.
And the movie captures all that.
Yes. It captures all of that, but it also, here's another thing. There was a divine hatred between Russia and the United States. Mind you, this was during the height of the Cold War, when Russia was actually in a fight against Afghanistan. And, it was just it was an incredible underdog story all throughout. So without getting into it anymore, but that is my absolute favorite sports show of all time.
I can see. Anybody else got a favorite movie? Favorite sports movie?
Yeah, the only one I had was Any Given Sunday, but like no particular reason. It was just one of my favorite sports movies that I enjoy watching.
Why?
For the most part.
What was so good about it? Was Mickey?
Everybody wanted to be Willie Beeman, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was funny. Like
we had to talk about this.
Yeah,
because I didn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't stand Willie Beeman. I thought he was a punk.
Oh, man.
Like I said, my favorite part in that movie was when Lawrence Taylor actually cut his truck in half and sit there and listen to him. What are you doing, man? I was like, oh, that's beautiful. LT, being LT and doing LT things.
Yeah, see, for me, I wasn't even looking at it like that way. You know, I was just like him being a star quarterback, doing his thing. It's like now I'm trying to think of like who was playing back then. Like I think Vic was already in the league by then. I think, but I could be wrong. But anyway, but you had like Randall Cunningham back then. You had like Dante Culpepper to some degree. But the flair, the flash that he had, it was like Deion Sanders, but at quarterback. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like. It's like that dude, like, especially when I was growing up as a kid, like, everybody wanted to be Willie Beeman.
I think that my favorite part in that show was, the speech that Al Pacino gave at the end.
Yeah.
I thought that was epic.
Yeah, everybody sticks with that, but yeah.
Pretty iconic.
Yeah. What about y'all two? Do you have any favorite sports movies?
All right. So I'm not a big sports movies guy. All right. You got the classics like Field of Dreams and shit, and I've seen them. Fine. They're all right. But Major League.
Oh,
okay. Yes.
Major League was
is a
it kind of just changed the way sports movies were made.
Yes.
It's comedy, super funny,
Yeah.
but it did turn into an iconic movie. I'd say it's my greatest all time. So many great quotes from that movie too that we still use today. Like, come on. Like, dude, it's great. It's great. So I would say that would be my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Wow.
What you got, Monster?
Well, because I'm from Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? And that movie was based on my Indians. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Indians fan. But like you said, so much came from that. And even it came back to haunt us with Tyrese Halliburton in the game winner and doing his Serrano.
Oh, yeah.
On us in the playoffs. It's like terrible. So Wild Thing was my guy. But,
you may run like Mays, but you hit like Shaq.
I remember that.
I just love the part where he pissed on this guy's contract, man. That was really good too.
Yeah.
No, it's too high. It's too high. What do you mean it's too high? I just thought it was too high. It can't be out.
Who gives a shit? It's gone.
Well, mine was I do have one. I didn't think I did, but I did. Moneyball. I really liked Moneyball. And Trouble with the Curve. I thought those were pretty good.
Okay.
Well, I didn't get mine in, sir. You know, you got.
Oh,
I just.
you had a good one. Come on with it. Go ahead.
I commented on his. You know what I'm saying? From Cleveland.
What you got?
Get him.
So no, but I think mine, and it resonates to this day is Remember the Titans.
Oh yeah, beautiful game.
And because in our country today, we kind of are fractured a little bit. And one thing that will bring us together is sports, and especially football.
Well said, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just to see, going through that time. None of us lived during that time, but we understand what was going on, the gravity of what's going on. But like I said, sports, football, just that team and winning will bring all people together no matter what. And I think that's one thing that's great about sports ultimately is that, we can see past our differences for the goals of winning and so.
Well said.
That's
Absolutely.
that's a very good one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. So speaking of winning and teams, let's go on and switch over to fantasy football. Let's do that. Let's take a couple topics there. I know you want to talk about something in particular too. So what you got?
Well, so the next topic that I had was so what are your guys' lessons learned? We've been together for this is what our 13th year, 12th year, I think.
I thought we're going into our
12th.
Well,
12th year.
right
we're
now.
going into our 13th. I thought.
No, we're in the 12.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
So as you can tell, we've been together for long enough, and I can pretty much tell you that, and these guys can all attest, I'm usually good for one good fuck up a year.
As commissioner or as a player?
As a player.
Well,
And commissioner.
Oh, no, hold on. You can't just say that and not bring up the two examples.
Oh, I will.
Recent
Okay.
examples.
So one of the lessons learned that I had was that the cream always rises to the top. Regardless of position.
to the top. Yeah.
Well, what I mean by that is I remember
Awful.
it was, I can't remember which draft it was, but it was Alvin Kamara. And he came to me, he dropped to me, and I didn't pick him up because at the time they still had Ingram and then also
Adrian Peterson.
Yep. So I was like, who's this guy, man? He ain't going to make any difference. He's going to be a bust. And I think he actually fell to the second round, didn't he?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then now here we are. I pass on him.
And he's still balling.
Yeah, and he's still balling.
He helped me win the championship last year, sir.
And remind me again who you got him from.
Oh yeah, I traded you Bateman for him, I believe. Thanks.
This is more than that, but okay.
Who did
Yeah.
Joey get him from?
There we go.
So yeah, once again, one good fuck up a year. You know, and so that's one of the things that I like to key up on, and don't get stuck in Tony will call me out on this, because everybody in our league's been around long enough to know what everybody's tendencies are. Tony is always throwing in my face that, yeah, all you do is watch tape. Yeah, and he's not wrong.
How's that working for you?
Well, I got to the ship once. I mean, but the thing is that you can't. My lesson learned in this is to not get stuck with any kind of one style of playing fantasy. You know, those are my two lessons learned. You know, and just pick best available. Don't worry about position so much, because you don't know who's going to actually gel into an amazing person. So those are that's just some of my lessons learned.
Okay, but we're gonna go ahead.
So basically, you gave away Kamara twice. You're like, you didn't draft him, you got him, and then you traded him. Like,
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
two lessons in one player.
But wait a minute. You see how he's not even bringing up the Patrick Mahomes fiasco? What happened with that?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
you really
man.
want to get into that?
Hey, he's saying
I don't know
I'm
if the
just
audience
saying.
is ready for that.
I was gonna say that wasn't a screw up. That was a win.
I think we need to wait until we have Josh on the pod to do that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think Josh said he won't, but I hope he does. But that would be hilarious.
Oh,
if he
my
didn't talk
God.
about it, because our commissioner here had a
Oh yeah.
very
And that's the other
waiver
thing.
wire pick.
If you're a commissioner, don't screw up. Whatever you do, especially if you're around these kind of clowns that I'm surrounding myself with, they will give you the business. And I think I said it on another podcast that I generally get, oh my God, I don't know how many FU Joeys.
Probably about 12,
At least, except for Josh, he actually topped it out by sending me that one text that actually flipped me off, I don't know, 100 times.
I remember that. That was
So
hilarious.
yeah, don't make a mistake if you're commish, if you're around these guys.
Don't do it.
No forgiveness.
What you got, Rico? You got something?
I mean, you can't be a victim if you dug the hole yourself.
Did I say I was a victim?
Wah.
Wow.
Wah.
I mean, he came in with a little fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You're
dude.
just like,
What's
I
in
mean,
that?
I see it
hey,
FU Joey coming around.
what's in that mineral water?
like, oh, I feel so bad. Please help me. I'm just a poor commissioner, but you over here doing your little antics. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes, I'm just saying. But, hey, we'll leave that alone.
Go
We'll leave that alone.
in there. Jump in there. Don't let him slide. Don't let him slide.
However, since we're talking about, mistakes and lessons learned and all that type of stuff, no one has a bigger lesson learned than me, given the fact I'm the only 0-14 team that ever existed in this league.
There's
Wham.
that.
True.
No, it's not wham. That's what happened.
I mean, you talking about digging a hole? You
I
done
dug
it.
myself a hole.
Yeah.
I dug myself a hole. And at the same time, I helped created the one dynasty that actually exists in this dynasty league,
Who?
where the host here has, I will say, I contribute to at least 3 of your 5 championships, sir. That happened.
You might want to be careful, because I told you I did my research and my numbers, and I just haven't brought it yet because I was waiting for this guy. I'm going to make you look foolish. So
No, I'm
watch
saying
what you say.
The players that were acquired, that you acquired, and what you used to manipulate came from me. That's fact, sir.
Okay.
That's fact.
Keep that same energy.
Yes, sir.
Keep
I
that same
shall.
energy.
You know I will. I don't
I'm
back
just-
down.
I'm
You
just
know that.
saying, keep that same energy.
That's fine.
But Calvin Johnson retired. So I don't know why you're even talking about him. Michael Thomas, I traded you. Who was it? It was the running back from the Steelers at that time, who was like number 1.
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Scrub Bell.
No, that's not true. You traded me, Le'Veon Bell.
See, you don't even know what trades we did. So how are you gonna say
It's been
you wanna
years
give
ago.
me all
All
your
things
players?
happened since then. We've had a lot of alcoholic drinks since then.
No,
So
man, no,
you can leave me alone.
I did that for a reason.
Leave me
okay,
be.
so I got something for you the next time.
Okay.
Anyway,
Whatever.
that's your
Anyway.
lesson learned.
No,
that's
my
your
lesson.
mistakes
No,
made.
my
After
lesson.
that,
No, my
someone else
lesson.
winning the championship.
No, my lesson learned is number 1, don't practice patience with your team. That's number 1, because my problem was I had no problems drafting players. Everybody in here can attest to that. My problem is I was too anxious. I wanted to get in the ship so bad that I'm willing to make any move necessary that I think will put me over the top, and they'll backfire on me.
I see the eye of the tiger over there. Tony.
That's right.
No. I'm not gonna go hard. I'm just
Oh.
saying the Lions fan,
Yes.
pretty sure drafted Amon-Ra St. Brown and then traded him.
That's right.
I did.
And, like, that's
I
the
did.
one lion that he should never have traded.
I did. You had to bring that up. Damn.
Who has him now?
The champion has
The
him.
champ now has him. Yeah.
The dude sitting directly across from him has him.
And truth be told, but Amon Ra didn't even factor into the championship. Even though we played against each other, he used them against me, but it wasn't even him.
I mean, he scored 20 plus in the championship game.
Right. And I had
You wouldn't have been there
Right.
without him, you know.
But,
How many did he score? I'm sorry, I missed it.
20 plus.
Ooh.
He did. That's
Say
also
less.
true. That's also that's true. But Jamison Williams also had a premier game that game. David Montgomery also had it himself a game that game. And
This
Rob
is where he
Purdy also had
excuses
himself
away.
a game that game.
This is
So-
how the
But despite all that, yeah, he was killing it, right? Until Brian Branch decided to knock him out of the game and pretty much handed Monster here the championship. But
So for the listeners out there, I mean, he's not just a Lions fan. I think he's the Lions fan.
yeah.
you're right. Keep talking.
But you know what though? He's been unequivocally. He's never wavered. He's never changed. I
I'm
mean,
actually
good,
saying
bad.
that. I'm saying
And
that as a
remember
compliment.
when he
now-
would come into the office, especially
You
when the
can't.
Browns and the Lions played. Ooh, I look forward to coming in, especially when your Browns would beat them
So Monster over here, he's a big time Cleveland
or
fan.
Ohio State beats Michigan. Like, man, we would love that.
Not the last 4 years, but keep going.
True, but back
But I-
then,
But we get chips, though, you know. So, I mean, my Buckeyes get a chip, I get a chip. You just chips for everybody, you know. So,
man. Oh man, oh, here we go. Here we go.
go ahead,
Yep.
Tony.
Hey.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
I mean, hey, we talking facts. The Monster talks facts, but we got them chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
you
But-
got to admit, though, it was legendary back then when we were in the office when Ohio State would whoop Michigan just to see the back and forth because you'd be waiting for them.
I mean,
It's so funny.
Oh man, they got in us. They got
Oh,
in
yeah.
us
I mean,
quite a bit.
I took some sick leave when they went on their little 4-game win streak, you know, because I didn't want to come in because I knew it was going to be. He's waiting in my office for me. Like, okay, hey,
yeah.
why is this big dude waiting in here? Like,
Yeah.
just smiling.
Yeah.
Like, well, we don't need to do all that, man.
With Michigan everything
So I
on.
took sick leave so I wouldn't punch them all. No nonsense.
Oh, now that's totally unfair. Because what was you doing when Ohio State beat Notre Dame this last time around? You came
ooh.
looking for me, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I didn't have a tracking beacon on me, man.
I mean, you was just looking so sad in the office, man. I wanted to get you to smile that day.
Okay, so we got Rico's. What about you, Tony? What you got?
All right, look, I told you guys on the first pod, probably the greatest fantasy player of all time. Okay, so like, yeah, but I make
This
mistakes.
motherfucker.
All right, and sometimes I just find pity, like, and I'm just like, all right, well, like, I just can't win all the time. I want to. Like,
Wait.
I want to help.
Whoa.
I want to make the league more competitive.
They
So I'm
win
like,
all the
maybe I'll
time.
make a deal.
What are you referring to?
Well,
The
come
regular
on,
season
we need
or the
a-
post?
We need a bullshit for
All
you right now.
I'll throw a yellow flag on Tony. That's a 15-yard penalty.
All right, look.
Right now.
No. The first 4 years
here
of
we
our
go.
league, what did I lose? 4 games, and all of them were in the Super Bowl.
But how many championships did you win?
Well, all right, but
I might have triggered it. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to intentionally. I promise.
hey, look, you're not wrong, but I was there.
Yes, you were.
There was no reason for me to think that I was going to lose in the Super Bowl, right? Like, I
That's
was
true.
dominant all year.
That's true.
I lost 1 game, right? Why wouldn't I win the Super Bowl?
100%.
It happens.
So let's talk about that was the first
It hap-
4 years.
It happens.
So what happened to the last
This, so no. Let's go back to the topic, okay? You say what
What are
what's-
your lessons learned?
Right,
Tony?
Lessons learned.
None.
Yeah, lessons learned. Don't just be more fucking. You know, like what was it called? What the fuck's the word I'm
I
looking
can't help
for?
you here.
Aggressive. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't need. When you're that good, don't make so many moves. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I feel like I made too many moves that I didn't need to make.
Yeah. You know, I will give you this though. You are not afraid to make any kind of trades. Like you back then, like you would make the Because you said if you weren't aggressive, then how can you continue to win? I think it was you that told all of us, like, man, y'all need to start being aggressive with your trades.
Yes,
I remember that.
And I think people started to do
Well,
that too.
especially the people that were actually finishing middle of the league.
Yeah.
And believe me when I say that's the worst place to be.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you were. So what?
Oh, for the
4
longest
years,
time.
4 years in a row. You were like literally the 5th place
5
team.
or 6, yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere around in there.
And what happened? You started to make moves, and then things changed, right? And who cares? Like
You can't be stagnant.
the best thing is if you either go up or down, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, like because I don't care if. Well, I'll never. You can quote me on this goddamn pod right now. I'll never finish last in our fucking league. Ever.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, write
that
that shit
don't
down.
do that. You
Everybody,
don't do that.
all the
Right
audience
now.
that heard
Don't do
this,
that.
write this
No.
shit down.
You can quote me on this shit right now.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so
Oh,
if
no.
you do, then that
I'll
gives us-
never tank like those
But wait a
these
minute.
motherfuckers.
So if you do,
But if
finish
you
last,
do,
you gotta eat one of those.
bag of dick. You gotta eat
Yeah,
that
yeah,
bag
you
of
gotta
dick
eat
if you
one.
do.
Sure,
Yeah.
because it's not gonna fucking happen.
He's on
Okay.
record. He's on record.
On record.
Never happen.
It's on
And
the
you
record.
know what?
But that-
I believe that it'll never happen, but it's still on record.
But all right. Let me just say something.
It's
else.
possible.
So that is true. But although I do, you guys always talk shit, right?
No.
I do.
What is our banner?
I swear I care about the competitiveness of the league. I really do. And I know like a lot of people don't think I think that way, but I do. And I'll always vote
Well,
to have like more competitiveness. So I do make trades. Like I'll do crazy trades and shit. And
yeah, like,
you know,
offer
and I
your
don't
bench
care.
players
Of
for
course, I'm gonna think it's
Yeah.
gonna benefit my team, but sometimes I'm just like weird. But dude, I've traded Derrick Henry in his prime, Aaron Jones in his prime. Although Larry did give me him for free, basically once. Austin Eckler in his prime, like I would have won every goddamn championship ever in this fucking league.
What if so?
Every single one if I didn't make any
That's a
trades.
lot of
I'm
ifs.
pretty sure I would have won every goddamn championship. But all right.
Monster,
So those-
you don't got nothing to say to that? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
you this year's champ.
look, man, this man, he has been the Buffalo Bills of fantasy football. I mean, he has been good. And to that point, I mean, the Aaron, kind of what Rico said, giving up too early, but I draft pretty well as well. And I give up on players too early. So that Aaron Jones thing, I mean, I think he was in his second year.
Oh.
And this is right before he was taking off that next year. I drafted Derrick Henry. I drafted Michael Thomas. Like these guys, you know what I'm saying? And they end up helping teams win championships. And that's a big part of it. Like when you gotta, and I'm glad we increased our taxi squad length. That actually helped because when we started.
Oh, no, I
No.
can't let you do that.
Yeah,
I can't let you do that.
You recommended it.
I cannot let, but you were against it.
No,
Remember?
I-
Yes,
no.
you were.
No,
you
I
were
voted
against
for
it in
it.
the first. It was only Rico and I.
It was-
and then Rico tried to pull a shade one.
Okay,
No,
hold on.
I actually
Okay.
was for it. For the 3 years, I was for it.
Not the first time I proposed it. You said
Well,
absolutely not.
because you was
the
pretty.
waiver wire.
You was real pretty. So
No. You kept
curls
playing
was
the waiver
sparkling and
wire.
stuff. See, that's why you got the
See,
hat on right now.
see,
See,
there it
you don't
is,
want me
there
to
it
see the
is.
curls.
But I'm just want to put it out there.
So I was
You were
against it
concerned with the waiver
initially
wire.
because our rosters were already too big. But
No, never
This
be
is
big
this
enough.
is where you're
but-
you're slightly incorrect.
What?
Your first proposal was increasing the number of taxi squad spots. You wanted 10.
I wanted 10.
We originally had 8. You wanted to
and
increase
you
by
proposed
10.
6, and that's not what you and I talked about.
Correct.
Larry's
And then
point was very valid, though. What he's trying to say is
Yeah.
very valid.
I'm not saying it's not.
That's
but
yeah,
he's
that's
a hater, man. He's a hater.
how
You
my
going too
how
far.
my hater? I'm the one who wanted it.
I mean, you the hater, you the pretty hater, and you the hater with facts. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, it was my idea. I'm the one who
I mean,
proposed it. So,
But
Right.
to say that all together though, giving up on players too early definitely helps. I mean, helps you not win. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I've been, well, this is my first time getting the chip, of course, but I've been in the bottom barrel a couple times and was at the bottom when I didn't have the number 1 pick because I had traded that probably to you
that's the
or
worst.
or Steve or somebody. You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
worst.
And then Tony gutted my team, with the George Kittle trade when my team was so bad when I traded for Duke Johnson and Alshon Jeffries for Kittle. My team was so bad. My team was so bad though, and it was an upgrade to my team. And y'all all gave me the thumbs down on the trade, but it was just that's how bad my team was. You know, they were starters at that time for their teams.
Right.
You know, but they were terrible starters. But
they were starters.
They were starters.
Right.
You know, so yeah, but it's a lot that goes with it. The ebbs and flows of fantasy, and but you do got to be able to make trades.
Yes, you
I've
do.
made a lot to finally get my chip. So
Yeah.
hey,
You actually have been aggressive the last three years, so and it's paid off. I mean, you're trying to win a chip. Do what you gotta do. What is
So
the
when,
Rams guy say?
basically, this is how it goes. If you draft as good as me, then you shouldn't be so aggressive. If you suck, you should be super aggressive. You know, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Well, that was for the guy drinking the water in Michigan. You know, it wasn't for me.
It wouldn't for you.
Anyway, what I was gonna say.
Look at Hater. He's rolling his eyes every time I say something.
But to be fair, though, to piggyback on both your points, is the greatest trap in fantasy football is when you barely made the playoffs. You can have that false sense of security going into the following year thinking like, oh, I'm on an incline, right? And you just like, oh, if I just make one or two moves here or there, that'll push me over the top.
Yeah,
And it falls flat. That is one of the biggest traps you got to look out for because you can be fooled.
Yeah.
I was fooled like that because in the first year, I think I was a 4th seed, and I was like, all right, cool. I think my team is a little bit young.
Smashed him.
Right. And then I started making over-aggressive moves, leaning over too far, and then you end up falling to 0-14 2 years later. But patience. Just exercise patience.
No, that's a good point because you're exactly right. And I think that's why everybody talks shit about Hater in the league because that's what happened to you the first year.
Yep.
You know? And
Yeah,
you smelled blood and you went for it. You
right.
know? Hey,
Like, oh, so close. And it's like, oh, yeah. And like, oh, if I didn't lose in the first round and then the next couple of games, I looked at my roster, they would have beat all of y'all. Right, Joey? And it's just like, careful.
What? I didn't say anything.
No, but that's what you not to hear that from you all again. It's like, yeah, I lost to you because you put up 225 points, but the last 2 rounds I had like this and I would have beat y'all. Right?
I would have.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, and I still had over a 200-point game. How do you lose that by somebody that scores 225?
Yeah. Keep walking. And there's going to be a trap door waiting for you. Keep going.
But but Monster and this clown next to me, he actually they made it to the finals, and I would have smoked both of them in that final game.
See?
But who's keeping track? Now you're starting to sound like Tony over there.
No, I'm just bitter.
Hey.
No, well, mine is holding on to a player too long. That's mine. Like Amari Cooper, I'm in trouble with him. I should have got rid of him. Cooper Kupp, I'm in trouble. I should have got rid of him. That's why I made the trades that I made with Jacobs and McCaffrey. It hurt to do that, but I had to. It was time.
Great point.
Especially McCaffrey. It was time. And I was able to flip those for some pretty good assets. I traded Chris McCaffrey for 2 second-round dynasty picks. As we said before, we were in a dynasty league. And then I traded Josh Jacobs for a first-rounder and a wide receiver. So let me just so if you look at the last trades for the running backs, right?
Yes.
Top tier running backs, they've all been traded for a first round pick.
Right.
Chase Brown traded for a first round pick. All right, well, let's move to a different one. Let's talk wide receivers. Go ahead.
Sure. No, but I just wanted to say I thought your reasoning of holding on to a player too long is very valid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of dynasty players do that way too much.
It's hard, man, because you love players,
Absolutely.
Especially when they produce.
I let go of Kamara,
I bet
early.
that was tough.
But dude, this is my theory. I'd rather do it a year early than a year too late because at least you get something.
I'll drink to that. Yeah, and that was what is the only reason why I was able to make that trade.
Absolutely.
Because of that right there. And I know, I think, matter of fact, I think you're the one who's talked to me about stuff like that with players and too long. So
who did you get for that pick anyway? Because that was a first rounder, right?
Which one?
For Alvin Kamara. I think I gave you a first round for him. Yeah. Do you remember who you got for him?
I think it was this year's, right? So it was Caleb Johnson.
Okay.
So, I get
was
a
it?
21-year-old,
Caleb
Johnson.
Running back for the Steelers.
I like him a lot. So, I got a lot younger. And if I really like the offense he landed in.
I mean, that's not a bad.
Let's go. Yeah.
That's not a bad pick.
And to be fair, Alvin Kamara, what is he, 31, 32 now?
Well, he's going to be 30 in next month or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to
he's not going to be a bum. I don't think but he is going to be in a
who's throwing the ball?
Terrible offense.
Terrible offense.
With a lot of checkdowns. So 10 receptions a game. Thank you, sir. I'll take
Sure,
it.
sure.
Maybe.
And you
But who's
will,
gonna get
for
him
sure.
the ball? You know, I mean, do they have a
Anybody
quarterback?
can throw a screen pass, sir.
Okay. So what is going to happen when he gets smashed by a defensive linebacker?
He's got 1 year in my mind. Like,
Maybe one.
if I'm a win now team, I would love Alvin Kamara on my team.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, he's still great.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think he's got like 1 year left.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Do y'all have anybody in your team that you kind of holding on to too long that you looking at to get, like maybe on that cusp? Mine's Cooper and Cup. That's for me, but it's hard because those guys I like them as players and people. It's difficult. No?
To be honest with you, mine's Mahomes.
Mahomes?
Yeah, I've actually
Really?
tossed around the idea of trading him.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just, I don't know. So one of the things that we actually came across, last year, let's make no mistake, he did not, he was not the same quarterback. And they did not make the Super Bowl because of him. That defense was good. And they not only that, but how many games did they win by less than a touchdown?
Hey, we should say our scoring, the scoring in our league for quarterbacks is pretty unique.
It
It
is
is.
slanted.
Yes. So Mahomes actually hasn't been very, high scoring quarterback for the last 2 years.
That's right. And not only that, but I still do have other quarterbacks that I can actually play. Young quarterbacks.
Who's on your roster?
So I have Bo Nix and I have Jared Goff. So, if I could get something, I've just tossed the idea around. The other one I have is Kelsey, but I don't know if I can get a trade for him.
I could see young Kelsey.
He's done.
Yeah.
He's fucking, this is his last year.
This is his last year.
Yeah.
So
What you got,
I'm
Rico?
looking at his production the last 2 years. Now here's the weird part, right? He basically scored 292 points in our league.
Who? Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
In 2023, with that production, he was a QB 8. Last year with
Still
those
top
same
10.
numbers, he was a QB 11.
Oh.
So
And not only that, but I don't know if you guys have seen some of the photos of him coming into camp or whatever. He does not.
Dad bod.
he's King Dad,
Yeah.
man.
He
Yeah,
basically
He's always
does.
had
He's
one.
always
Ever
been
since
that way.
Texas A&M.
No,
Don't
this
worry.
is different.
I wouldn't. Well, dude, what do you want
Or
from
not
him?
Texas.
I mean,
I mean,
he's-
Texas Tech. Oh, my bad.
It's-
Ain't he working on his third kid?
Yeah, dude. He's always had a dad bod from what I can
it's
remember.
like, I
That
mean,
was one of the biggest knocks on him during the draft was
Right.
because of that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
but he still gets first downs though.
like I
Super
said,
Bowls,
I'm not saying that
saying-
I'm trading him imminently.
Yeah.
But,
But I get it. Man, those are two good examples, man. Seriously. Do you have any, Rico?
Right now on my roster, I would say the only person that is an oldie would be Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
I think you might have missed the boat on that one.
no. But here's the thing. So like, much like with his conundrum with Mahomes, it'd be like, okay, if you're willing to put him up, what is the correct value for that type of player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I've thrown him out on the block, right? And trying to get reasonable compensation, right? You're willing to work with people, you're willing to negotiate, but what you're not going to do is sell him for cheap, because Devontae Adams still has game. Devontae Adams this year playing with the Rams, a high-powered offense with a innovative offensive coach, playing with a stud of a quarterback. That's right, Matthew Stafford. That's right. Can still produce. Now, from a dynasty perspective, yes,
Well, and not only that,
value
Rico,
will,
but him
his
actually
value will be lowered.
him lined up next to Puka.
Yeah,
That actually spreads.
and
the
I
field.
have him too. So it's just like, and that's just a quick aside. Just because you have two players on the same team that are highly productive doesn't mean that you will sell one of them for cheaper.
If they're
That is not-
30, how old is Devontae Adams?
He's 31. But if you can ball, you can ball. Now, the thing is though, you are willing to discount him based on the fact of, from a dynasty perspective, you would do that. But going into 2025, he's going to be points on your roster. He's going to be productive.
He's
So
going to be
you
on
have to
your
take
bench,
that to-
sir. You're not going to start him. So why would
not?
anybody? You're not going to start him with your lineup. So why would anybody overvalue him on their team?
Yep.
Because
Exactly.
okay, he could potentially be a flex guy or a bench guy on my team, but depending on other rosters, he will be a consistent starter. That has to be factored in too.
I'm kind of with Monster on that one.
I'm
That's
kind of. I'm
If he dies on the vine, that's fine.
I'm with Hater on this one.
Mm.
I think Adams still has juice. He landed in a great spot. I love him. I'm drafting him on best ball when I can. If
he's definitely a great best ball player.
I'm not saying you're
if
wrong.
Hader wanted
It's
to
just,
trade him to me, I will
Right,
do
but
it.
I'm saying, but is Hader going to try to overvalue him in that
Right.
trade? And that's
Yeah.
where he's
like, is he going to try to get a 2nd-round pick or a 1st-round pick for him?
He
You
gonna
know
try
what I
to get
mean?
a
Like,
first-round pick for him.
No,
No.
definitely
nah,
not.
man, I ain't doing that.
But what the audience does know is like Hader is a championship contender. Like he was in the Super Bowl last
Right,
year.
yeah.
He's a championship contender. It does suck that he has Puka, so I get why he's trying to trade him. But
Yeah,
you know.
I guess it depends if you're in win now mode, right? So if you're like on the cusp, yeah, you would trade a 1st or a 2nd for him if you really thought that he was going to get you there.
But again, I'm a reasonable dude, right? I'm not going to demand a 1st-round pick for Devontae Adams. I'm not going to do that. No,
Because
but
you're smart. You never
a mid-second, late second, sure. But some of the offers I got in return are disrespectful at best. Let's just put it that way.
Ooh, okay. Monster, you got anybody in your roster that, you know?
Yeah, I got a couple old heads. I mean, but the two that I have, y'all talked about on Kamara, James Conner. So one benefit for those two is I have their handcuffs. So I have the rookies that sit behind them. So I drafted purposely for that.
Yeah.
So, we hopefully those guys are able to step right in, but and I'm a homer, so having Chubb after that main injury, kind of holding on to him, like I'm still have wishful thinking with him on my roster, but
he was special, man.
Yeah,
he was special.
Keep looking back at how good he was. Like I said, my son had a fat head. Well, he's still on our wall. We got to take it down because he's no longer a Cleveland Brown. But
It's a throwback, though.
no,
Yeah.
it's coming down, bro. But yeah, those are two.
All right. Okay. So let's pivot to something. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You are a special guest here, sir. We can't let you get out of here. You just talked about Homer picks, right?
Yeah.
We can't let you get out of here without talking about the
Here
Deshaun
we go.
Watson.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on. Yeah.
Get him, Hater. Get him.
We put the spotlight on everybody.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
He's on my roster, but he's on the IR, sir.
Hey.
So he's not actively counting against my roster. But
How did you acquire him, sir?
the same, I followed the same path as my loving Cleveland Browns did. I traded 1st-round picks that put me in a bind for this clown. You know what I'm saying? I did it. I was stupid.
You on the couch, sir. You on
Just
the
like
couch.
the Cleveland Browns are stupid.
Talk about
Overpaid for him,
Preach on.
Overpaid and underdelivered.
and he's still on my roster, and I will not let him go for nothing because if he does anything, he will not score points for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening, man. So he gonna sit there on my roster, old and got oiled up, whatever he gonna do. But I can't let nobody else benefit from him, man. If I was to get rid of him, and what'll happen is nobody want to trade for him, so it will be me cutting him, and then somebody pick him off the waiver wire if he gets to start somewhere else, and I'll be pissed. So he's gonna always be on my roster until he's out the league.
At least Monster was honest about
Yeah.
it. Other than the
He had no choice.
Browns.
That's right. At least he was.
Hey,
At least he was.
appreciate that, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a hater type question, you know?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. It was.
Yep. I bet he had some
You
facts for
handled
you
it
too.
like a pro, bro.
But let's switch on over. Let's pivot real quick. We'll keep it in fantasy football, but let's talk about who do you think is going to be the number 1 or the top fantasy wide receiver in fantasy football. And let's keep it dynasty related.
So are we talking
Yeah, dynasty.
as far as points are concerned or what?
Well, let's turn over to Monster. What do you think? How do you want to
Yeah, however
quantify
you want
this?
to look at it. Just I mean, of course, there's different projections. Is it points? Is it receptions? But who's the rank to top 1? Like we know it's been Chase, and Jefferson kind of these last couple of years. Is there anybody that's going to kind of go above them? I have a young stud that I think
Go
possibly
above
could.
them.
I have a young stud that if he gets the right quarterback play, could jump into that
Who's that?
level.
Who's that?
So for me, I think Neighbors can make that jump.
Neighbors.
Oh.
I think Neighbors
He
can
has
make.
talent, but man, that division is nasty.
Yeah, it don't matter when you're if a quarterback's want to look for you. Like one thing about those guys, especially Chase. I used to love this about Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams too. Is when Rodgers looked over and saw his one-on-one. I don't care about how good that corner is. I'm throwing him the ball, and that's kind of how Burrow is with Chase right now. He sees single coverage. You can be the best corner in the league. I'm throwing it to my guy.
I don't think that you're.
And I believe that Neighbors is that good to be at that level. And so I believe Neighbors can actually jump into that top just because they're going to be so bad. They're going to be behind a lot, so they're going to be throwing a lot. And I think that's why he can get up into that top echelon.
So I guess that begs the question, is Russell Wilson going to be returning to any kind of form whatsoever to be able to get him that ball, or is he going to sit in the pocket like he did when he was in Denver and just wait to get sacked?
Well, see, I watched Neighbors a little bit last year, and he gets open. So Russell will deliver the ball on time. And so it's not going to be down the field. It's going to be a lot of those medium-type throws, because Neighbors can take the top off too. And, so I believe that Russell will feed well into that, a guy who can win a possession game.
I think I agree with you in the fact of Malik Neighbors' talent and his capability to actually being a top 5 receiver. I think that the biggest question, though, is going to be, that offensive line and Russell Wilson, and his supporting
And I actually
cast.
think Russell's going to get hurt, and then Jameson's going to come in.
Okay, so if that happens, that's best case scenario.
He's going to launch that thing.
Yeah,
everywhere.
he don't care to throw an interception. He's going to,
Yeah. So that would be best case scenario from a fantasy perspective. Don't get me wrong. I hate Russell Wilson with the deepest passion because I'm a Denver Bronco fan, but I would never wish for any player to get hurt or anything like that. But yeah, if from a fantasy perspective, if Jameis actually did take the reins on that team, yeah, Neighbors is going to fly.
And Theo Johnson.
Yeah. And
See,
maybe
that was trying to validate that terrible trade that he smashed.
You are not getting away with that.
You won the trade, man. Leave it alone. Man.
And then maybe even
man.
Maybe
I think Theo's going to become a thing in our pod.
Child, please. Tight end 24, loading right now.
Oh, man, he's going to be good, man. Anyway, go ahead, man.
And then maybe even
I'm sorry,
Wan'Dale Robinson. So you actually have pretty good receivers and Neighbors. I think he's a special talent.
He is special.
So you said Neighbors. Who do you think is going to be the top wide receiver fantasy? I think Chase is. But
well, okay. So we're kind of taking the easy way out and saying Chase, Jefferson, and Lamb. So behind them.
Okay.
Come on. I think Neighbors is a great pick. I think Amon St. Brown is. I don't know, man. Either him or Puka.
I think about Puka. Puka could become that guy.
I'm going to go left field, though. To me, Brian Thomas Jr., dude.
Well, I like that.
That dude
is. Yeah.
He is a stud, dude. He is an absolute stud. The offense.
The business aspect of it. Do I really want to do?
Because, he stole my guy.
Let's go.
All right. So a little bit outside the box prediction here. For me, I'm looking at Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The biggest reason is now this is going to be a future subject, just to let y'all know. It's put up or shut up for Trevor Lawrence.
I can't disagree with that.
You know what I mean? And
can't disagree with that.
The coach that's now in there now, you have the freakazoid of Travis Hunter, but we don't know what he's going to do.
He's going to be good.
But the one thing we do know,
he's going to be good.
Brian Thomas Jr. is that dude, right? He is going to get the number one cornerback on any team, regardless, right? But he can still do what he wants to do regardless, much like how Monster here was talking about Malik Neighbors. Now, of course, they both came from LSU, so why should we expect anything different?
They call it WSU down there.
Yeah. They can make a case.
Yes,
right?
they can.
Absolutely.
You still got them Buckeyes over there, but
I was about to say it.
I acknowledge the wide receivers that come from SU, whatever. That state over there.
Throw up.
Just say the.
I will not.
The
Ohio State
State University.
I will not. I shall not. I will not. I know y'all copyrighted it. I don't care. I will not refer to you as such.
Just so the audience knows, you're a what?
Go Blue, baby.
There you go.
Michigan Wolverines. But
I thought he was going to say Notre Dame there for a minute.
Oh, get
Shut
toilet
your
paper. Get out of here.
No.
Please.
Stop it.
Please. Anyway.
Stop it.
No, whatever. Anyway, Brian Thomas Jr., he is set up to do great things. The AFC South is not that great. Trevor Lawrence has to stay healthy. He needs to prove the contract that he has. He's a top 5 paid quarterback right now. He needs to prove it, and he needs his weapons to help him do that. And so we're not looking at Travis Etienne for the most part. Travis Hunter will still have those growing pains. So he's going to need to lean on Brian Thomas to show the way, especially early. So because of that, I feel like he has the road or the path to get to. I don't know if he'll get the wide receiver 1. I won't go that far.
I think he will.
But top 5, 100%. He could definitely get there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. I think that's good. It's a good one. So it seems like Neighbors Chase is who I think. Your dude,
Brian Thomas.
Brian
Jr.
Thomas.
Mhm.
You have anybody, Tony? Did you think you could do it?
All right, look. My heart says CeeDee Lamb, but you know that's obvious, right? Like,
Yeah.
of course,
That's easy.
he would be. Yep, absolutely. I actually think that
might
good,
help.
Good
That
for
helps.
him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually might help him.
You know, we always, at least I don't love receivers coming over to a new team. Dak has eyes. I mean, we know their connection is good because it's been there for years. I actually really love that for Lamb. But I'm going to go on a little bit of a limb.
Okay.
Dave Canales coming over to the Panthers.
Okay.
Bryce Young looked really, really, really good. After his benching,
I can't disagree.
he looked really good at the end of the year. I don't know
It
what
wasn't
happened.
his fault.
I don't know what happened, but what if Tet is that dude?
I like
what
that
if Tet
too.
is that dude?
I like that too.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like.
Hey, look, I don't-
like that too.
That's some extra hot sauce, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
it
That's
is.
extra hot sauce.
Yep,
I thought
it
you were going
is.
to go Leggett.
And
but
you know
okay.
how I feel about Bryce Young. I really don't think it was his fault. I think
No.
the organization didn't know how to put tools around him. The dude did this in the SEC. He was a top tier quarterback. You don't just lose that talent, right? I think it's
And
like
I'm
look at the Bears. What they did with their last couple quarterbacks. Look what they did with Caleb Johnson. They didn't know how to
Caleb
Williams. They didn't know how to handle him. So I like that.
Nah.
Well, I think
Caleb
in
Williams is a
Caleb
different
Williams'
story.
case, that's kind of a
Yeah.
different topic.
Bryce,
You know,
they did
one,
the same
his
thing with
hubris
Bryce.
is through the roof, and two, I mean, he had no offensive line.
Right. That's
Same
to
thing
me.
with Bryce.
Bryce Young,
Right?
very
Am I
true.
wrong? Am I wrong?
Their line's getting better.
It is it's
Right.
getting a lot better. But when you saw what happened when he had protection, I agree with you 100%. The
He
dude was
looked a
coming
lot
on.
different at the end of the year. I'm
Good
just
fucking
saying.
pick,
and look,
Tony. Good
I'm
pick.
of course I can just nitpick guys, right?
Yeah.
I like Ladd like a lot, but
That's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Yeah.
but
It's
they're
fucking
gonna
good.
run the ball and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just want to take shots on this Carolina offense and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of
Weak division.
receivers that could push those top, like the guys we already know about.
Right.
The guys we
Yeah.
already mentioned, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of them. So I'm trying to find like a diamond in the rough here. I think, I don't know, man.
That's a good.
You know, the funny thing about it, though, I feel like Tet could also be a super bust, right? But he could be
I don't know,
a top
man.
five,
If he gets those
a top
targets,
5 dynasty receiver at the
Yeah.
end of the year. He could.
I don't
So,
know. I like
but-
what I'm seeing. Go ahead,
That's
Monster.
a good point about the bust piece because I mean we saw the Corey Davises, we saw the
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 Laquan Treadwell,
Treadwells and different people. So
Yeah.
if things don't even know what's to do, Traylon Burks, like
yeah.
some of those type
That
of
was-
dudes.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing these guys
But
that
Titans though with their QB.
right. But I'm saying
All
because
that matters,
Tet's a big
though.
receiver, right? And so it's
Well, and not only that,
you
but
expect
I mean,
a lot from these big receivers. to
Tannehill
go
was
get the ball.
he was not a
Yep.
bum.
Yep.
I mean, was he elite? No, but he was an adequate quarterback. But he couldn't. I don't know.
But the offense runs through King Henry, though.
yeah, that's true.
Right.
Well, it did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I still like that though, Tony. I really do.
Yeah. I like.
I'm with
too.
that.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly,
It's definitely extra spicy. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Who is the number one in Carolina right now?
I mean,
Adam Thielen?
Thielen, probably. Like,
Yeah.
Thielen still number one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
like come
Yeah.
on.
But
yeah,
but
this dude's gonna get at least
give it
60
time.
targets.
Like
I promise.
okay, like coming into preseason, first 2 games or so, I think it'll still be Thielen. But like like Joey said, like the talent will rise and will show itself. So it's like I would lean more towards Leggett, really, because he kind of showed himself a little bit. But again, it's all elevated
No.
by Bryce Young, right?
He's doo-doo. I'm
I'm just saying. I'm just saying he's there, right? He's there. He has
there.
a rapport with him.
He's a guy. He's a guy.
Okay. Fine.
a guy.
But- okay, that's fine. But again,
Yeah, a Michigan guy, Braylon Edwards.
wow. Okay. Likes it. Yeah. Okay. But wait a minute. Since you're gonna bring that up, yeah. Let's talk about your guy, Metro Marv. Let's talk about him.
Oh shit.
Let's talk about him. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of disappointed.
He
He
had
don't
that
want.
little midget back there couldn't throw him the ball. It ain't his fault when he can't see him.
That's actually a pretty decent point, though.
Yeah, I mean,
If he can't see over the, I mean, that's why he's always rolling out. He can't see over the freaking offensive line.
Yeah, so my dude's open all the time, man. Don't try to play him, man.
So unless the person he's throwing to is 7 foot tall, he's not going to see him behind that offensive line. You know, maybe that's why Trey McBride does so good. But you're absolutely right. Anytime he ever makes any kind of completion, he has to roll the fuck out.
Yeah, he can't see, man. He got to run 15 yards to throw to somebody, man. And so defenses just start doing wide. They just come out wide because he's going to run over there to him. So I'm just like, no bitches allowed, man. That's why Gabriel, I don't know why we drafted Gabriel, man. Hey, man, get off of this, man. Get off. Don't come for my receivers, man.
I think that, Marvin Harrison, I think he's going to have a breakout year.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You do?
I do.
You trust Kyler to get him the ball outside?
I think that he's going to, well, okay, so when I say breakout, to what extent, that's hard to say. But I mean, I think that he is a super talent.
Undeniable.
Now whether it's going to come down to quarterback play.
Yeah, no, that's my thing. That's what I fear the most.
And Kyler, the thing is that, with him, the problem is that he would prefer to run the ball or get it to his tight end than he would a wide receiver.
Yep.
Because he sees him first.
Yes.
And he is super fast. I mean, he can get 10 yards rushing easy. So
don't let those midget legs fool you.
I mean,
they run fast.
He is fast.
Run fast.
Oh yeah, he's fast.
So I actually grew up on a farm. You ever seen chickens run?
Taco John.
It's the funniest. It's the funniest damn
Farmer
thing in the
Jack
world,
over
man.
here.
Oh, yeah, they're like
Taco
they run so
John.
fast that it's like they're vibrating. I mean,
But yeah, as far as Harrison goes, he normally beats you right off the line, and so if you can't get it to him at that point, you allow that safety to creep over, and the play's blown up.
Right.
So if you had a big quarterback, Josh Allen type, they're going to see that immediately, and they're going to put it right through.
Well, it also kind of depends on their playing style too. He's more apt to taking off. Same with Josh Allen. He's a great quarterback, but what's he known for?
Being great.
But being great by doing
but he has a big arm too, though. I mean,
he does. He has a
can't
how
read
He has no primary receiver. He's the best quarterback in the NFL to me, and it's not even close.
But that's the thing about Kyler, though.
No,
It's not even close.
That's the thing about Kyler, though.
It's not even
He's
close.
been in the league for what, 6
Pat
years?
Mahomes. You know who can? Joe Burrow.
He only did it once.
Okay, all right.
He's 3-1 against Pat Mahomes.
All right.
He only did it once.
All right. I love Joe Burrow. I'm not disrespecting him at all. You give Josh Allen
Needs to be a statute of limitation.
fucking Chase and T. Higgins.
Higgins.
What the fuck? You couldn't.
Okay.
They would not lose a game.
Yeah, but
They wouldn't lose a game.
okay, sure.
Except for that
I mean,
defense.
Definitely.
he did have Diggs though, and
Yeah, I was
Right.
about to say
Sure,
that.
but
And he blew up, too. He blew up then.
Yep.
But what happened in the year after? Josh Allen stopped learning how to read defenses, was what I thought.
What? Hold on.
I don't agree with that.
did he turn
Wait a
into
minute.
Tim Tebow?
No, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm saying from the running perspective, because he do try to run through you.
Yeah, he tries to.
Well, yeah, that was definitely one of Tim Tebow's things. I'll never. Yeah,
I don't look. Your premise is sound. I don't disagree with it, but I still think Joe Burrow. Look, he hasn't beaten Pat Mahomes yet, right? In my mind, that doesn't make him the best quarterback in the NFL.
I don't know, man.
I know that's harsh.
I mean, he's playing with lesser talent. That's what Tony's saying, basically. I mean, if you
Not the year
compare-
before.
I'm
He had
saying,
Dalvin Cook.
He
they had Stephon Diggs.
He never had two
They
top
had-
top 15.
James Cook is not like
receivers.
that now.
Well, he
Come
had
on.
Stephon Diggs, for a
and
little
they had
bit.
a top 10
They
defense.
never had two
Yeah, but
top
they-
20
they-
receivers.
Right. And as good
Two.
as Diggs
Well,
is,
but whose
he's
fault
not
is that,
chasing.
though? Right? Because Joe Burrow throws the fucking ball to his receivers. Is it? Josh Allen, what does he do?
But when he had
Mm.
Diggs for his one healthy year, weren't they like the best team in the NFL?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it. They lost,
Yeah.
and I understand that.
Yeah.
They're not. He is not great in the playoffs, which it matters.
Same with
It matters.
Lamar. I mean, you can
but-
make that case to Lamar, but he's still a great
It
player.
wasn't-
So I
it
understand
wasn't
what you
Lamar
mean.
fault this year.
Well, Lamar
Yeah.
sucks in the playoffs.
Not
Yeah.
this year.
If-
Not last year.
I get it.
So,
I get
yeah,
it.
so
Suck
I get
against
it.
Mahomes. They all play stupid and they do dumb shit,
Yeah.
and it pisses me off.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That is-
I can agree with what you're saying. It's just, man,
Yep.
play it.
Yes.
You know? But go ahead. I cut you
well,
off.
first of all, for Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson just suffered the same fate in 2 different times. So the playoff game in Kansas City, what happened? The clock ran out. That's not on Josh Allen. Josh Allen played.
The fucking
He
refs
balled
helped
out.
Kansas City on that.
He balled out,
So,
dude.
Yes, he did. The
Right?
refs
So
helped.
I'm not putting that on him, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Lamar Jackson, I mean, his ace, right?
Yeah.
His ace and Mark Andrews
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
2 touchdown passes, right?
Yeah.
So again, not his fault. Beneficiary, Patrick Mahomes. But to say that to we denigrate him, and at the same time, again, Joe Burrow is that dude.
3-1.
He is that dude. But I'm not going to knock down Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson just because on one instance, Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes. And then that was like 3 years ago. Can we get a statute
You
of
said
limitations?
one instance. Are you talking about in the playoffs or overall?
In the playoffs. I'm talking about in the
okay.
playoffs.
I'm with you.
Come on, man. Regular season only gets you so far.
You're right.
It's about what you do when
You're
all
right.
the chips are on the table,
True.
okay? So Joe Burrow did it. He did it, and we got him credit for that. He got paid for that. But since he's got that contract, has he beaten Patrick Mahomes since? Has he gotten to the playoffs since? No. And he still got all his boys. He got all his homies. Again, I'm not knocking him.
Well, how about this? Let's not forget the time that Joe Burrow actually got hurt. What did he do that season?
Right.
Nothing.
And we talked about we touched
That's
a little
fair.
bit about coaching too, right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, there's a little bit of preview of a future episode, but Cincinnati's head coach, he gonna be the first one
Oh,
fired.
no, so I was gonna replace my topic
Cincinnati?
with NFL coaches on the hot seat. So let's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
stick with it. Let's
Hell
stick,
yeah.
You out
let's,
your
let's stick
mind?
with that. I'm gonna
Okay.
bring that up here in a little bit.
We're
but
gonna have a lot of discussion.
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah.
Let's finish this though.
All right.
You damn man walking, but
Hater, we're fast game for you, Drew.
hey, well,
No, it's true.
No,
It coming from me.
No.
I get it.
yeah,
No, it's fair.
yeah,
It's a fair critique.
yeah.
100%. I mean, I can't. He's absolutely right, but at the same time, it's like what's the knock against Karl Malone and Charles Barkley? It was Jordan, right?
The final boss.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
The final boss.
Mahomes is that gatekeeper.
He's the final boss. Right.
So that's the thing. But
I mean, well, he's met his match
Mhm.
all of a sudden because
yeah,
he done got outplayed in 2 Super Bowls with that Philly quarterback,
Mhm.
and no one considers him elite.
Jalen Hurts.
No
yeah.
one.
The
Jalen
disrespect.
Hurts.
No one
Yeah.
considers him
The
elite.
disrespect. Yeah.
disrespected.
He's in
Yeah.
that second tier, but he's Super Bowl MVP, and he's
Yeah.
outplayed Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing
Right.
here?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
disrespect is palatable. That's for sure.
Yeah, it
but,
is.
but let me just divert because I'm going to replace this. I had a different topic, but I think I want to stay with this. What NFL coaches? Let's give me 3 that you would think would be on the hot seat this year.
3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 or whatever you have.
Mike
What do you think?
McDaniel's number 1.
Agree.
Wow.
over Cincinnati.
Brian Callahan. Oh wait, no, not Brian
No.
Callahan. Shit.
Over
Dable.
was Zach?
So going to
Zach
why-
Taylor.
Going
That's
to
what-
why
I think
Taylor.
Zach Taylor was number 1.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what I'd say. Mike
Okay,
Daniels would be number 2.
no.
I mean, I know Stefanski's on the hot seat in Cleveland as well.
Stefanski.
Really?
With all that crap,
Come
Yes,
on, man.
because
that's not fair.
right,
No, it's
Steph-
not.
so the Deshaun debacle was an owner thing, but having DTR not ready to play when you make him the second string quarterback in Baltimore, just
But
as a
That's
as a
what he
head
did with
coach,
Joe Flacco. 41-year
Yeah,
off the
Flacco-
couch grocery store.
don't matter, man.
Joe
'Cause
Flacco.
right now he's not giving Shador first team reps.
That's the owner.
No, that's the coach. That's the coach.
Okay.
The coach divvies out reps in training camp.
Correct.
The
Yeah.
owner's
And
the one
so-
who made them draft.
And
I get it.
he made him drafts, but I'm saying Shador has outplayed everybody in camp. Of course, I watch all the Cleveland
Yeah.
podcasts. It's funny that I'm on the 210 show, but it's I watch all that stuff and I'm really tapped into that. And
How's he looking?
Shador is looking better than all of them.
Wow.
Like a first round pick.
But
huh?
he's looking good against. He's not looking good. He's not playing with the ones.
Right. Yeah.
okay.
So he's looking good with the fourths and the.
But
And
he's
he
looking like a
should,
first
right.
round talent though, or a
He's-
5th round talent.
So Shador is not out there checking down. Shador is throwing it over the top into the end zone, premium plays all through training camp. Everybody else is playing itself. Shador is killing the highlights.
So then why would Stefanski be on the hot seat then if he can just get Shador?
Because if they went 3-14, if they start out, our schedule was one of the toughest in the league
Agreed.
this year.
Oh,
It
okay.
is.
It's ridiculous.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's our schedule's the
And your
toughest.
division's tough.
And our division's tough anyway, but
Yeah.
we could easily go 3-14 again. And if that happens, something got to happen. Now, the Deshaun thing set us back years. because of that money that's tied up in him.
Yes.
But I believe Stefanski, just because he handed over play calling duties last year to Dorsey, and he should have kept him when Jameis came on, because Jameis would have been the perfect quarterback to run his offense. Play action with a strong arm quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he gave it over to Dorsey, and then we went into this pass-centric team that we're not good at. We've always been the AFC North is a smash mouth, run football type of.
Especially in December.
Yeah, and so
December, January.
I don't know if you saw the game that was on Thursday Night Football when they had the white out bowl.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
Yeah.
But now we're about to build a dome. So we're not going to have that anymore in Cleveland. You know, we got to prove for the dome.
I thought that goes to your advantage, though, to have that weather element.
It does. But
You got to have the right quarterback, though.
one thing about that, you could never host Super Bowl
Yeah.
type of things. And so
Yeah.
they want to do that in
Well,
Cleveland.
in February, does it snow in Cleveland in February?
It snows in
I'm-
November.
honestly, I
It
don't know.
snows
I'm
in
not from there. I don't know.
November in
Yes.
Cleveland.
Does it really?
Sometimes
Yes.
we have Thanksgiving that's
I'm from.
white.
You're talking to a Cali boy, so
Yeah,
3 words: lake effect
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's the thing.
no
Yeah.
shit.
Yes,
It
sir.
snows in
Yeah.
in late February
November and
What the
February. Yes,
fuck?
sir. Yes,
This
sir.
will snow in April. What are you
ridiculous
talking
in
about?
in Ohio.
Hey, sir, did you
Bruh,
did you
it's
not know?
Midwest,
Hey,
bro.
Do you know?
If
Hey, wait a
Cleveland's
minute.
ever playing in
First of all-
February, they're gonna be really, really happy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm from Cali, so I don't know anything about winter, so I don't care.
We
All right,
gonna
we'll
help.
let it move, man. But it's terrible, man.
Ladies and
Anyway,
gentlemen, we
You're
gonna
gonna
help
have
him.
to cut a lot of
We
that.
gonna help him.
This is great.
Anyway, I don't know what this is doing, but
Okay,
Jay
so
is
we
good,
were actually
but we-
going back
We're
to
talking about Stefanski on the hot
Yeah.
seat.
who's on the
and
hot seat.
Yes.
I think Stefanski's on it, but I can see where y'all
because
are.
of fall.
No, we're on the hot seats because he won't play the players that's playing the best.
Lord have mercy.
The fall came up because I said we're building the dome.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you were like, in February, it won't be cold in Cleveland. Why you talking
No, I
about
said I didn't know if it is or not. Does it snow? My question was, does it snow in February in
it
Cleveland?
snows
I have
in
no fucking
October?
idea. I've never been there, so that's a legitimate question. I don't know. Well, that's not true. I've been to
Those
Ohio.
curls will freeze
I've
up.
been to Beaver Creek.
It gets a special kind of cold up there because they're off the Great Lakes.
You don't say.
This is a Midwest. This is a Midwest thing. Clearly, now you need to be used to this, or you need to get used to it, Mr. USC, because your team will be going up to the Midwest to play.
Yeah,
sir.
we don't
So
have
you might as well go ahead and
nothing
get used to that winter months. Okay.
Hey, you could do the old Ace Ventura loser.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
come to Ohio
Yeah,
or the Midwest in the fall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have
winter.
anything to.
Yeah, sir.
Especially if we don't have a defense. I
Mm.
got nothing to brag about. But anyway, fuck ever. Anyway, so that's what it is. I'm gonna move on to something different topic unless anybody
Hold
else
on,
has
I got
anything
it.
else.
Whoa, wait.
Oh, they didn't get to the hot seat.
Yeah.
Actually,
That was short.
I threw it out there. You answered it. You answered it. You answered it.
Well, not officially.
no,
You said Cincinnati,
I know.
You
I
said
threw out Mike
Miami.
McDaniel. I know.
right? And
Brian
you said Cleveland.
Daboll though is probably number one. But go ahead, Rico. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
You said
That-
Zach
that's
Taylor,
what-
didn't you? Like not
Yeah,
even.
Zach Taylor. Not only will Zach Taylor be fired,
What?
he will be fired mid-season.
Okay, no.
Matter of fact, he will be the first. Why? Because yet again, the Cincinnati Bengals as an organization, I got so many bold takes for them, but I'm just going to start small. The Cincinnati Bengals are doing once again because they refuse to pay their players on time. Because of that, they will have another reason why they will start their season slowly.
Why is that the coach's fault and not the GM?
Here's the problem. Because he's been there long enough to where he should be able to adjust accordingly. He knows what his organization does. He knows this. He's been there long enough. He had to endure it with the Jamar Chase contract situation. He had to endure it with the T. Higgins contract situation.
Now the Trey
Back-to-back
Hendricks.
years, right?
Trey Hendricks now.
Now with Trey Hendrickson and your rookie. And your rookie can't even get in camp. Come on, guys, right? So, okay. As a
Not
coach,
Zach Taylor's fault,
Not
man.
the coach.
That's
no,
right.
but-
That's
but-
not the
but-
coach. Yeah.
my point is, coaching all together is, and I'm going to use a Food Network reference. It's not like Hell's Kitchen, where you go out there and make me a meal. Here's all the ingredients that you need to make that meal, make it happen, right? No, it's like Chopped. You got a box. You open that sucker up. You have no idea what's in it,
Mhm.
but you got to make me a 5-course meal with whatever ingredients are in there. Okay. So in Zach Taylor's case, he knows he has a knucklehead for a general manager and an owner that's cheap as hell. He knows this. He knows that his players one of his star players is not going to be available. That has been the pattern of operation every single year. But it's still your job to get your players ready, whoever they may be available to you, right? Now, the one thing that for them is they've always started slow and then they have to build their way up. But in the AFC North, you can't play that way. You have too many studs out there in the other teams. Cleveland's defense is like that. Now, we don't know what their offense is going to be, but their defense is stud-like, right? So you know that coming out the gate. You know about Baltimore. You know what they bring in coming off the bus. You know this. And with Pittsburgh, well, we'll see what this year, but normally, you know they come in with the run game, they come in with the defense, right?
Karen Rodgers.
Don't get me started with him. Anyway, so once again, Zach Taylor is going to find another reason for the Bengals to start slow for the third consecutive year, and the ownership will pin it on him as the reason why it's happening to them instead of putting ownership on themselves, because it can't be their fault, but we know it is. But they're going to make him the scapegoat, and they're going to fire him midseason. I will be surprised if he makes to week 10.
I still, yeah, okay. I would consider him number one. Dude from Miami, can never remember his name.
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel's number two.
You actually bought into Rico's thing with fucking Zach Taylor?
Yeah, because they have an unrealistic expectation over there that they're going to win a Super Bowl with that Swiss cheese defense. And if they're not signing Hendricks.
But it's not Taylor's fault. And
I know it's not Taylor's fault, but they're going to use him as a scapegoat. That's how Cincinnati rolls, man.
Okay.
They did that to Gruden's brother.
What do they do then?
I don't know. And I don't know who they would hire to replace him. I really don't, but they're going to probably try to use him as a scapegoat.
Legit. Okay, they got work to do for sure. But like you said earlier, who's the only team who's consistently beat the Chiefs? And it's probably the Bengals. Of any team I trust to beat the Chiefs in the AFC, it's probably the Bengals.
Number one, you're talking about a problematic owner as well. The dude does not want to pay his star players. And how do you think the star players interpret that?
I mean,
that's number one, right?
Trying, you can't pay 6 of them. You know, like you got to make choices eventually.
You definitely want to take care of your top dogs, though, that are helping you get there, right? And then you draft and replace the rest or whatever. But he's not even signing his draft picks.
Right. The coach doesn't fucking do that, though.
I know. So they're giving him this shit sandwich, right? Especially when it comes to the defense, and expect him to win a Super Bowl.
Now, you would have to thread the needle, right? But if you're the coach, you have some influence with the front office, at least a little bit. You can say, "Hey, we would love to have our players here." Like he can send out, messages within the media is like, we would love to have our guys here. We're going to work with who we have, but it'll be great if our leaders, and their linebacker who was like their leading linebacker, they just let him go, just cast him off. Like, what are you doing?
That's all ownership.
It's team leaders,
That's
man.
all
What
ownership. You fire Zach Taylor. You are just wait.
Do you think
going to be the exact team you've always been, and everybody thinks you're going to be like?
Yeah, and that's fair, Tony. But do you think that ownership is going to be the one who's going to take the blame if they don't win a Super Bowl? Fuck
nope.
No. They're going to fire Zach Taylor.
But you know what ownership going to say? Ownership's going to say, I am shelling out. I have a top 5 quarterback being paid. I have a top 5. I have 2. Well, I don't know where T. Higgins is as far as overall ranking, but I have at least one top end wide receiver that I'm paying right now. I have another one who's probably top 15 at least. Why is my team 1-5 going into October? Why? And they're going to look at Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor will say, well, probably because my 2 best defensive ends are not available to me, and our defense stinks because but again, the players that you have, if you would have paid them properly and on time, like in year 3 for Jamar Chase, instead of letting him kicking that can down the road, you probably would have enough cap space to maneuver to get a proper deal for Trey Hendrickson right now. And you still be able to, pay your number 1 defensive end to possibly be a replacement for him down the road. But now you're going to have to rush him into on the field probably sooner than he should because of what you're doing from a contract perspective. So but again, ownership is not going to take the full blame, but they're going to ask that question. And we know how it's going to end, and they're going to say, you know what, you're gone.
So since we're making predictions, What about NFL predictions for the AFC West?
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Who
don't
wants
I
to take
get a
this
say
on?
in this?
Wait, hold on.
Absolutely, you do.
Sorry.
He
Oh,
should be the-
sorry.
bro, you got to say. Man,
Well, how am I going to do that
when
when I have to talk over this man?
Go ahead, jump in.
Sorry.
The hater with no facts.
So I actually, I do agree with you guys on Zach Taylor personally, but I think there's a couple that are actually I think Mike McDaniels is top of the list. I really do, but there's a couple of others that I would give honorable mentions
give
to.
a reason why. Mike
Yeah.
Daniel.
Why?
Well, just because he's had all the tools and stuff like that, and he can't even make the playoffs. Simple.
He did make the playoffs.
I mean, his starting quarterback got hurt.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. I don't know. To me personally, that was another thing. You know, when Tua actually went down, there is no reason in the world why he should have been allowed to play in another game. You know, because what he suffered in that game, you know, and how many concussions does he have to have before he becomes
Again, we
brain dead?
talking. We blaming the coach for the medical staff clearing the player to play.
Well, I think that the coach has a say in it. You know, when he actually comes up to, he could have actually benched him.
What?
Actually, per policy, they don't.
They're not allowed to anymore.
Has
The
to be an
medical staff
independent-
has independent say now.
So here's the other ones. I think Raheem Morris, he's a honorable consideration.
What?
I do.
Why?
Okay, tell me about that.
Okay, so here's the thing: if they can't actually pull the talent from Bijan out of him and actually get some supporting cast around him, Kyle Pitts, he's been a bust. You know, so I mean that talks to me about coaching. But he hasn't done anything. They actually finished 8-9 last season. Hold on, I'll let you talk. You shut the fuck up.
All right. All right.
And they finished 5-12 or
You
6.
walking that plank.
You know, if they finish 5-12 or 6-11 range, I think he's gone.
You think?
They're going to shift things up. But here's an even bolder take, and you guys are probably going to scream at me for saying this one. But Mike Tomlin,
Don't do that.
Not happening, sir.
probably
don't
not.
don't do that.
Probably not this year. You know,
The GM maybe, but not Mike Tomlin.
Okay, so
GM
that's
just
the
got the
question that I
contract, though.
actually have is if the decision to actually, you know, gut his roster and then redo it with all these other new players, older players,
Yeah, it's an old folks home.
if that's the GM's call or if that's Mike Tomlin involved in those calls, I think that that's going to be kind of a determining factor. Here's the thing, though. They have not, you're right, they haven't had a losing season since 2007. Okay, but they haven't won a playoff game since 2016. This is a very, very proud organization, you know, and if they can't turn it around, they might actually, if what he's put together doesn't actually shake out to a playoff win, they might be looking to actually make a.
They won't fire him for Aaron Rodgers. But you're right. The next year though, I believe that
Because Aaron Rodgers, he's on a 1-year deal. I mean, he's gone after this year. He's even said as much. You know, but even with his talent,
Don't believe anything that dude says. But go ahead. Sorry.
that was another conversation we had a couple podcasts ago. But anyway, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't make it happen, you know, they dealt Najee Harris. You know, they actually dealt Pickens.
And Pickett.
And Pickett. Well, that is that really a dealing? You know, and then they, you know, so if Metcalf and was it Waddle that actually came over?
No.
DK came over.
DK and
Well, they drafted a beast running back.
Jonas Smith.
That's right.
Jonas Smith.
So anyway, if they can't make that work, you know, if they can't win a playoff game, then I think he might be in the hot seat.
Hey, Joy, I just want to, it's my first time on a podcast. Just want to know, why do you get like 3 picks for your discussion point, you know? How can you just have
Because, you know, those 3 picks actually added up to the dissertation that he actually gave.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And a higher chance that he's right.
Anyway,
Even though that Raheem Morris one doesn't make sense at all.
Doesn't.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. Yes, what you got?
I just love Mike Tomlin. I don't know.
oh, I do too.
I'm just a Mike Tomlin guy. I don't think it. And that family, like, they're not going to fire Mike Tomlin. They just don't do that type of shit.
They'll bring it apart,
no.
please.
Unless you're a wide
They're
receiver.
not going to do it. He's just a great coach. And we don't have a lot of them in the NFL anymore, in my opinion.
You're right.
He makes things work.
No.
You know, he made the playoffs on teams, you know, you're like, I don't know if
Mediocre
they're that
teams
good,
at best.
but he makes the playoffs. And you're like, oh, what's this team?
Look at the
gonna make that?
quarterback play.
So we give Do you understand? That's the thing. We give him that preference, like because he's that guy.
Sure.
I don't know.
That's a hot
I would
take,
never
guys.
fire that guy.
I would tell you,
never fire that guy.
I think the rest of those guys would get fired before Mike Tomlin does. That's just me, my personal.
Would you ever fire Mike? I would never fire.
No,
Mike
because he's a
Tomlin.
good coach. But
Absolutely not.
But I would fire the fucking GM. That's
They
what
can
I
have
would do.
they could have a losing season this year, and that is going. And if they don't get the TJ thing squared away, that's probably going to happen.
Ooh,
I
I
would
forgot about that.
now I would trade him for some draft capital. That's what I would. I would try to get a first round pick so I can get Arch or
Lord have mercy. We get hot
Nusenheimer
today.
or whoever.
They're not going to be that bad to get Arch. You're going to have to
Probably not.
have to be a terrible
But-
team to get Arch.
But what I'm saying is, though, if they trade TJ to say the bottom 4 or 5 teams or whatever, you're setting yourself up to have a good chance at a quarterback next year. I'm just saying that's been the biggest problem,
They're
right, for the
too
last 5
prideful.
years.
They're too prideful, I think.
I don't know. I think they
I
should
don't know.
trade him.
I'll tell you right
I
now.
hate it to do that, but he is older.
I
in
mean, the
age.
Browns should have traded Miles. To be honest, I mean, we should have got.
Oh, y'all would have.
we should have got another number one.
Wow.
Y'all would have got a
and
lot
just
of capital.
talked this whole season.
Yeah.
And but we do have the 2 first rounders next year, so we can package those to get
Yeah.
up.
That was a dope trade y'all made this year, though. I can't.
Yeah.
And you still what? Mason Graham.
Mason Graham.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh! I want my Raiders to get him so
he's
bad.
one of those dudes. We
Watch
hope
your
that-
mouth.
Hope that he ain't eating a bunch of
Watch your mouth.
Takis. You know, yeah, he looked like he is. You know, so we hope that he can get out there and do something.
Yeah.
I mean, drafted number 5.
Mhm.
He better be all pro
He's bad, man.
within his first 3
He's a
years.
bad man.
He's a
Don't worry
bad
about
man.
it.
I
He'll
mean,
be fine.
Y'all
look-
gonna be happy.
I hope. Well, in Jim Schwartz's system, he should be a little bit more deadly than he was
Yeah.
because it's all attack. It's not reading gaps.
Yeah, he gonna eat.
It's
And that's
just go.
exactly what he does.
Yeah, he
too.
gonna eat.
Yeah.
But so anybody else have anything
Well,
on?
Larry, you would have preferred to trade Garrett?
Yeah, I was thinking because look, we're a prideful city. We know that we've had a terrible track record when it comes to football, and if you're not with us, he actually requested a trade, then get your ass out of here. Like, I mean, and you are the best defensive end in the game. You're a freak of nature, but what we could have got for you, it would set us up to possibly come back. Again, we might have to get rid of our GM because he hasn't drafted well, but he hasn't had first round picks either.
He hasn't drafted one.
He has not. I mean, a lot of wasted draft picks. But we haven't had number 1 since the Watson trade.
The corner is pretty cool. Your safety's
no.
pretty
Wayne
cool.
Williams?
No, Newsom is
Your
terrible.
linebacker's pretty cool.
What linebacker is pretty cool?
Well, he's hurt now. JOK.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's not on the
But
field.
he's hurt now.
No. So we can go through
But he's
all
hurt.
that. He's had some terrible picks, and some terrible.
I'll take your word for it.
Terrible free agent signings. How about that?
Okay.
Like Davlin Tomlinson from the Vikings, we gave him a huge deal, and then we just cut him.
Yeah. That's
You know what I'm saying? That was our number 1 free agent signing. John Johnson III, terrible.
Oof.
Juan Thornhill from the Chiefs, terrible.
But think about
Like,
the capital you're working with though after the Watson.
Don't
trade.
matter. These are free agent signings. Like,
True.
you
I
went out
understand.
and handpicked these guys, and then none of them hit.
But if you don't have any first round picks or second round picks,
Well, we've had some second rounders. Like Nick Chubb was a second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Worked
what I'm
out.
saying? And so we've had some first rounders that didn't hit, under his tenure before we made the Watson trade. I think the Watson thing is an owner thing completely, but I think the GM wanted him, but not to max out not to give him that money.
Guaranteed deal.
I think we wanted him. The owner said give him all the money, and so
Yeah.
we're in the cluster for that. But like I said, as far as my city goes, when you're not with us, it's time to ride. And that's just why I'm pissed that Nick Chubb is not a Brown right now because he got a $2.5 million contract to go to Houston. We could have easily gave him that because of what he means to the city. The city would have rather had Nick Chubb than Myles Garrett. And I'll tell you, because of what he means to the city, what he means from a perspective of a guy who works hard and you want your kids to grow up and be, that's Nick Chubb. Myles Garrett, he's a freak of nature, but everybody gets tired of losing.
he has it too easy.
He's not a leader. Myles Garrett he's not a guy that shows up first and leaves last. Because when you're that good physically, you don't need to.
Damn.
So Myles Garrett is not a leader. He's just that good. And so that's a problem. When you're the defense player of the year and all those type of things, because of just how you built, not because of how hard you work.
Well, you know Cleveland a hell of a lot better than I do, so you think he's just riding his talent and that alone?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Myles Garrett is just rides his tire. Like I've heard numerous reports of him being late to practice, not
Shit.
not being a guy that's like falling asleep in the
Get
lineman
outta
room,
here.
like just not being all in because he is so gifted physically.
Wow.
I didn't
You
know
what I'm
that.
saying? These are from local
I didn't
beat
know either.
reports.
Wow.
Like, and so Jim Schwartz called him out. Like, if you go look at, he said, now that you got that contract, you need to be a leader. They paid him all that money because he's
Oh.
just that good.
Oh, that's a bad sign.
Good on Schwartz.
Right?
But he-
want him on your team. Right?
Yeah. And so that's why I'm saying, look, get 2 more first-round picks for him.
Yeah.
But if you don't hit on those picks, then what good is it, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Just
wow.
so y'all gentlemen know, we have 15 minutes left.
That's cool.
Okay.
Anybody else got anything to say about the coaches or anything like? Because I'm gonna move forward to
No,
predictions.
but I will say Brian Daboll probably number 1. Like Giants,
maybe next year.
No, he has to have Jackson Dart hit. Maybe they signed Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston. They're
Jackson Dart.
They're desperate.
Yeah.
They're desperate, and then they drafted Jackson Dart. He probably needs Jackson Dart to be a guy and to show something. You know, Cam Scatterbo to be like this like just to get some type of
excitement.
How many wins you see them get?
gumption going in the Giant Nation?
Yeah.
You know, they need that. They
how
need
many
that,
wins?
You know, yeah.
So Monster says 3.
And they got neighbors, man, and so they could be able to get they got a quietly good defense. You know, like they could be a thing.
We got Lawrence on that.
They could be a thing.
They got some studs on that D line now. But
I
that's
know.
That is
Yes.
a problem. That is a
that's
Yeah.
it.
They do. Thibodeau, Taylor, or
Brian
Lawrence,
Burns, Thibodeau, and
that dude that they
Abdul Carter.
Jalen Carter. Yeah,
Like,
Abdul Carter.
yeah.
How,
That's correct.
what if a Carter is as good as Michael Parsons, which is kind of his like billing, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so
That probably means Thibodeau will probably get traded this season.
But that's
I think Thibodeau may be a Panther by the end of before the season begins.
Oh, okay.
If Abdul's that good,
Yeah.
I think their offense is going to be so anemic, though.
Yeah.
That,
Right.
I'd
like
agree
kind of
with
like
that.
the Browns was last year, where they just can't score.
Yep.
Like they can stay in games, but they can't score.
Especially if they turn the ball over a lot, that means
Yep.
the defense is going to get worn down and they're still going to
Absolutely.
get smashed.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna pivot. Okay, so let's do predictions. AFC West. This was a topic by you, Hater with Facts. So, what you got for us? And keep it under 5 minutes.
All right. Yes, under 5 minutes. So, bottom line up front, I see the Chargers actually winning the division.
Okay, recap for the audience who might not know who's in that
Okay,
division.
sorry. The AFC West consists of the Kansas City Chiefs, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Chargers,
Watch 'em.
and the Denver Broncos. I feel like that the division as a whole is strong enough to bring 3 teams to the playoffs.
I agree.
So, because of that, and because
Who?
of how competitive they will be,
Which teams? I know I'm interrupting you. I apologize, but which teams?
right now, the Chargers will win the division. The Chiefs will fall behind by 1 game, and Denver will be right behind them by 1 game as well. But because of division matchups and stuff like that, division record will fill that out.
So
That's
the
gonna be
Raiders-
1, 2, 3. But
Raiders have no
yeah,
chance.
Raiders
Talk
will
to me
last.
nice now. Talk
Raiders.
to me nice.
I ain't gonna tell. I ain't gonna be nice. Nothing. The Raiders will be last.
You're probably right. Anyway,
Damn Gino. Okay. Damn Gino. Okay. But ultimately though, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Chargers will be playoff teams. And the biggest reason why is because I do not think the Chiefs have already proven that they can do things in the playoffs without having home field advantage. So they will focus
with the
more-
refs' help. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
They will focus more on making sure that their players are healthy going into the playoffs than actual record. As long as they have a winning record, they'll win double-digit games. That you can chalk that up. But because they will not focus on overall record, that will give the opportunity for the Chargers to actually overtake them. But still respect to Denver too, because their defense is great. But I'm factoring in a potential second-year slump from Bo Nix, so that will be the deciding factor of
Come on,
how
Monster,
all
get in
things
there.
lay out. So
Don't
Chargers,
get out.
AFC
Yeah.
West champions.
Joey, I want you to talk a lot, and I'm only going to say one little thing. The Broncos are going to win that division, and I'm mostly saying that because I bet a lot of money on it.
So we all over the place on this one. I do agree that the Chargers can win a division, but I have the Broncos finishing last in the division.
Ooh.
Because I've saw C.J. Stroud take that second. When you have tape on you, it's a big deal when they have tape on you. C.J. Stroud was a stud in Houston, went to the playoffs, smashed us. Bo Nix going to go through that same thing. And I do believe that the Chiefs are going to not try to go for the best record in the division because they know just getting in. I think the Chargers will win the division. I got the Chiefs finishing second. I got the Raiders finishing third. I think Geno is going to ball out. And I think Bo Nix and you are right. Denver is not a bad team.
No.
At all.
Not at all.
I just think, and they're going to still, they might even miss the playoffs with the winning record, like 9-8.
That's also a possibility.
That's
too.
the problem.
Yeah.
They might, that whole division may have a winning record.
Yeah.
And the Raiders are going to catch people off guard because people don't respect what Geno can bring. I believe that the Raiders are going to be better than people believe. And the Broncos aren't going to be bad. I just think that there is going to be a letdown for the second year for Bo Nix because teams are going to adjust to all your strengths. And can you counter? It just happens. I believe the same thing for Washington with the Commanders. I believe that they're going to have a letdown this year. And so, I believe the way I have it, I have the Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos. That's how I have it.
I can see that.
Whoa.
I would go with that.
Whoa.
I can see that.
Do you guys know who Nick Benito is?
Who?
Offensive lineman, right?
No. He's going to be the next
Linebacker,
Myles
right?
Garrett.
The next Myles Garrett?
Yep. Just wait.
Okay.
After this year,
It's
you'll
cool.
all know his name.
No, I know him.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my division and yours, by the way, Jay. But gosh dang, to finish last for a team that made the playoffs. Okay, so here's the thing. Would you actually make the same comparison by Bo Nix to Jaden Daniels?
I would rate Daniels higher.
Okay, but you said that the sophomore slump is real, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
And just so you know, a team to make the playoffs finish last, that was my Cleveland Browns 2 years ago.
Okay.
So just so I saw it happen.
Oh, no, I agree, but here's the difference between Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. Bo Nix, he actually played all the way through college, and he had played a hell of a lot more ball than Jaden Daniels did. So I think that Jaden Daniels is more susceptible to the sophomore slump than Bo Nix is. Just because, he has more football.
So is Nick's numbers going to be better or worse next year than his numbers?
Better, because he actually has a better running game.
Ooh, that's a bold statement.
He's going to be better. I think that he finally has a running game.
More or less touchdowns?
Ooh, that's a tough question because he balled out last year with touchdowns.
Tape.
But tape is a thing, but here was also another thing that Bo Nix actually has for him. He got progressively better as the season went on. The man is about as cerebral as you can get. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Jaden Daniels or anything like that, but here I think that he has better talent around him now. He has a really good offensive line, and he has arguably the best defense in the game. I challenge anybody to say that, now I will agree with you in the fact that I think that the Raiders are going to be improved, very improved.
He said that without wanting to throw up.
I think that they're going to be a problem. They actually made some moves, and Max Crosby, he's the bane of my existence. They actually have a pretty good. They have a really good team. The Chiefs are going to do Chief things, but I happen to think that they're going to actually be on the decline. They don't have the talent around them as much as they used to. Kelsey, he's on his last.
Rasheed Rice is back. We know this, right?
Yeah. But does he move the needle?
He does.
Yes, he does.
And so is Pacheco. Pacheco's back healthy.
We'll see.
I said during the draft, them getting Josh Simmons was a problem. It was not good, man.
Yeah. Andy Reid, I don't know, man. I agree. Joey, I don't say
the Eagles,
I definitely can see where you're coming from. I could lead that, but Andy Reid, man, is a good coach, man.
Oh yeah,
he's
he
up
absolutely
there
is.
with
Okay, so I haven't given you my rankings yet, but and I think that the Chargers, they're really going to be a problem. Jim Harbaugh, he's going to shape up that defense. That's the kind of game he wants. And look at what he actually did. He has Hampton and Najee Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Now Harris is already hurt, but they're saying that he'll actually get
Yeah, that Hampton pick was.
But Hampton, I mean, that was nasty.
Harbaugh being
You'll
a
shoot
Michigan
your eye
guy,
out.
drafted Hampton. I was.
Well, okay, so that was one of the picks that everybody was expecting the Broncos to actually make until they actually went with that
RJ Harvey.
Well, no, not. I mean, that was later. I mean, when they actually passed on Hampton and they went with that kid from Texas,
Jahdae Barron.
Yeah. That was a shock. I mean, so as we've said before, I like to watch tape, and that includes defensive players.
Yes.
This kid is special.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Is he going to be another Pat
man.
Surtain?
I don't know. He's
No.
good though.
Oh,
But
he's
he doesn't have
amazing.
to be.
Yeah.
Is he going to be another Pat Surtain?
I would say yes.
It's possible.
Man,
The
if
difference
he
is his versatility.
Yeah.
He can play the slot. He can play outside. He can play.
Yeah.
He can
And he
play
has a lot
even-
of game time.
He even plays safety. This kid can play all over the place. And then those two guys that they picked up from San Francisco, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And then you're absolutely right. Nick Bonita, that defense is going to be awesome. And Vance Joseph, he knows how to coach a defense.
Mhm.
I think that the biggest problem, so the way I actually have it, here's a bold statement, but I don't, I mean, is it possible that even Kansas City of all teams could finish last in the division?
No.
It's
Not
possible.
It's possible.
I could see it.
Unlikely, but very possible.
But we're
Just
talking
because-
like 10 wins at least, though.
Yeah. So the way I actually have it going, it's tough to say, man. The Chargers, they scare me a little bit, but I'd almost have to say the Chargers, Broncos, Kansas City, and then the Raiders.
What you
Cool.
got?
I mean, I already said my shit, but
Did you say how to?
the Chargers never live up to expectations. I love Justin Herbert. I just don't trust them. I don't know. They got talent. I'm going. Let's go Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we have like 7 minutes left.
Hold on, we need your prediction, sir.
No, I agreed with what Monster said. Exactly. I think
So
that
you
ranks
actually
me there.
think that the Broncos are going to finish last?
Probably. Because of the tape, only because of there's tape on Bo Nix. I saw this, like he made a great point with CJ Stroud.
I go back to, I mean,
The
the whole
defense will
Jaden
keep you in
Daniels
some
thing.
games, but the defense will only win you like 9 of them. You need a quarterback to get you to that 10, 12, 13 threshold.
I am really just hoping that happens because I have a lot of money invested in the
No, you
Broncos.
said
Okay.
that.
All
You
right.
said
So,
that, but-
so that is the thing. Yeah.
So let's do this for our last topic on the way out. Let's go ahead and bring up Malik Beasley. This is a topic that Hater with Facts wanted to address, so take it away.
Oh boy. Okay, so as we know, this is our only basketball topic for today's show, but this one hit close to home for me because we just had the draft just happen, which leads to free agency. And so my Pistons were the 6th seed this year. They lost in 6 games to the New York Knicks. But there's a lot of promise there, right? And so Malik Beasley was a free agent acquisition from the previous year. He came over, prove-it deal, and he really showed himself. He finished second in Sixth Man of the Year. I feel like he got robbed of that, but it is what it is. So going into the next season, we're like, all right, he showed himself. He showed himself as one of the leaders of the team. The team likes him. They work well together. He works well with Cade Cunningham. So, okay, let's lock him up. Let's give him a 3-year, $42 or $45 million deal. That was what all on the table until federal investigation for Malik Beasley for gambling.
Oh, shit.
So, before I get into the detail of it, there is one particular play now that comes into question for me. The reason why we lost to the New York Knicks was because we lost by 2 points. But the final play of the game, it was an out-of-bounds play, ran perfectly. Malik Beasley was wide open, but he dropped the ball. The pass came to him. He was on the wing. Ball came to him. Fumbled the ball right out of his hands, out of bounds, game over.
But did it look real, though? The fumble was real. Like
It looked real. It looked real to me.
orchestrated.
Now, again, I'm not putting on the
Did he do a LeBron James where it was
No. I'm not putting on the tinfoil hat or nothing like that. I'm really not. But knowing what we know now, it does bring things into question if it was intentional or not. I'm not saying it is or not, but I don't know what the spread was of that game. Did it play a factor? I don't know. I say all that to say that's not the worst of the issues when it comes to Malik Beasley and money.
Oh, shit.
Okay? So let's start with this. His total earnings, his total earnings is $60 million since he's been in the league. $60 million. Now, based on what Detroit Free Press has reported so far, this is just what we know that he has been delinquent in, that he actually had to go to court where people had to sue him for them to get money from him. Okay? So in March of 25, he owed $14,150 in rent for the apartment that he was renting in Detroit. Okay? Now, fun fact about that, the building he was renting out of belongs to Cleveland Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert.
No comment.
Okay? In January, again, he was taken to court and he was found liable for $7,355 in rent not paid. I don't know if it was the same apartment building, but that's what we're looking at, right? Also, in January, $26,827 owed to a barbershop.
Say that again?
$26,827 was owed that they had to actually go to court.
Don't he have
For-
braids?
Dang, man.
For haircut.
Don't he have braids?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, Brazilians are expensive, though.
No, he just got a regular cut.
He's got a regular cut.
He don't have braids?
No, he doesn't. So I did a little digging on this. So this occurred while he was with the Bucks in 2022 to 2024. So this is where this happened, right?
Shaped up every day.
Right. So apparently it's a high-end barbershop that most of the NBA players go to. So because we're like everybody trying to figure out how the hell you get a bill that big for haircuts.
Well, I mean, my wife did try to take me to one here where they do the whole put the warm towel over your face and wash your hair and all that nonsense. It can get up there, and that, I'm not an NBA player. So it got up to where I was uncomfortable. So I know these upscale ones where pro players go to, it's going to probably be in the
Dude, I
thousands.
mean, I get the towel on my
Come on,
face
yeah.
and get the shampoo, and I
Yeah,
spend
for a regular hair,
$37.
Yeah.
total.
for the whole thing. Like it's a whole production. Like
They give
when
you like a happy ending.
well, not all that. No, these are dudes that-
For thousands, I need a happy
They
ending.
put that, so they use the specialized clippers. They put the hot towel. They wash your hair. They massage you. All that nonsense.
Exactly.
And they're on call too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that all adds into it, right?
$1,000.
So
It's just for people who got money.
So the last item here, at least that's what's reported right now, right? $34,390. Default judgment that a judge awarded to a dentist.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So to the point where they actually garnished his paycheck. They were allowed to garnish his paycheck because of the amount of money he owed. Now that was when he was with Minnesota. So we got a $34,000 dentist bill, a $26,000 haircut bill,
How many cavities this motherfucker had?
and a grand total of $21,000 in rent.
4.5.
So in total, out of $60 million that he has earned as an NBA player, at least what we know right now, there's at least $80,000 that he owes to various people.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, it stinks, and the biggest reason why I'm like, why did this have to happen as soon as he put on our uniform? And this stuff comes out, and it's like this whole like, oh, Detroit again, and all this other type of stuff. That's why it pisses me off so much. But that's it.
It's a culture thing in the black community. Sad to say it, but this dude is keeping multiple families afloat from his NBA career. He's paying for houses for grandma and them, every cousin, aunt, anybody who helped him get to the professional level. I've known players. Like I went to high school with Ruben Patterson, who played.
Yeah, I remember him.
Who
Yeah.
was called the Kobe stopper.
Yeah.
You know, and when he played with Shaq and Kobe, I played in high school with him. He was on my team, and we talked about the pressures of making it. Ruben couldn't afford his shoes in high school. We bought his tennis shoes,
Wow.
but this dude made it to the pros, and so when he came back home, he's a big deal. So the families really bring down these guys because they feel like they have to pay all this for all these people, and to be in that amount of debt is what only way out is to gamble, which is terrible, especially with sports betting the way it is. If I
Yeah.
miss this 3 but of course it's illegal. This dude has ruined his career.
Yep.
Like you've had a chance that most people don't get,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you've ruined your life for the livelihood of everybody else except you.
Dang, that's a
And
tragedy.
that's
man.
that's
Tragic.
pretty much it. Happens a lot,
That's
and
tragic.
it's sad to hear. And even though I'm not I want to bust the Detroit teams all in the head. I don't like it for your team because he was a big player for their team.
Yes.
He had a
Yeah.
career year.
Yes.
He earned that money.
Yes.
He's not going to get that money because he's going to go to prison.
Yep.
Shit.
So not only is he in debt,
Yep.
but he's going to go to prison.
Didn't he win $1 million recently in a one-on-one?
Oh, I don't know.
1v1?
I don't know about that, but I do know that he was in line for a huge free agent contract.
Yes.
And he
He
gave
was
it
literally
all
days
up.
away from getting it too. Like
Damn.
it was basically
Wow.
just waiting for him to sign for the most part.
That's tragic, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I think it goes to say too, man, there are families and then there are families. If you had a real family, like for me, if my son was ever I'd be like, nah, man, I'm good. I just want to see you make it.
Right.
And you got these brothers that, most of their families are also in Proverbs. I got family in Inglewood, Torrance, and East LA. I know what that's like, but at the same time, you don't bring him down.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's the meal ticket.
I know you want to bring your peoples, but hey, look, Christmas come around, give your family some, have everybody come over to one spot. You fly them out there, you celebrate, do whatever you need to do after that and go on. And your family should be fine with that.
Right.
The only person you should take care of, honestly, is your mom and your pops.
Yep.
That's it.
Awesome. Yep.
Cousins, no.
Yeah.
Aunties, no. But anyway, so listen, we have about 3 minutes left, but during this time we do a segment. It's either called the Alamo Minute, which we give a shout out to whatever we feel like, whether it's local or national, and we also have a segment called Kiss My Grits, which we owe, as always, to Hater with Facts.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm going to spin it to my left, and if you don't have anything, that's okay.
I do have one thing.
Which one is it?
So,
What category?
It's a Kiss My Grits, and it's actually even one of my favorite teams of all time, and that's the Dodgers. What in the blue fuck were they doing when they actually lost 6 games in a row to the Brewers, no less?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my God, that just, so for right now, the Dodgers, until they can get their shit together, and actually, I don't know how they did because they're playing against the Giants right now, so I'm not sure. I haven't seen those 2 games, but the previous 6 they had actually lost. So yeah, right now Dodgers can kiss my grits for making, giving me all that up and down bullshit. I mean, it's hard to be a fan sometimes, but I mean, so
All right.
anyway, next week might be different.
Ooh, that's a good one. What you got, Hater with Facts?
Normally, I normally dive into the Kiss My Grits part of it, but I'm gonna do a local shout out here, and it's gonna be a little bit different.
Alamo Minute.
But in this case, it's to the families that lost kids due to the floods that happened recently. Very, very tragic. The count is still growing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's mind blowing right now. So, but really, it's just a prayers up to all of the families right now who are still looking for their children, or who know the status of what happened with their children.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that, just going to a camp, just want to have one of those life experiences, and it turns out that way. It hurts my heart. And so it's just to all of those, if there's a local charity that people can donate to, they need all the help they can get. And so, yeah, that's my Alamo Minute for this.
Awesome. Thank you, brother.
Good one.
What you got, Tony?
Word. Well said, Hater. I don't know how to follow that up, but I'll turn it back to sports to lighten it up a little bit.
Right, man.
But
Go ahead.
my heart feels it too. We got the. I'm a better guy, so I'm gonna be like the guy who always gives you betting props here. So, we got the home run derby coming up, and I'm gonna go with a little bit of James Wood to win the home run derby. All right. So do with that what you will.
What you putting on them? What's the spread? What's the numbers?
That's a good question.
What's the numbers? What's the spread on them? You don't? Oh, okay. That's all right.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say thank you guys for inviting me out.
No, thank you,
This is
brother.
Monster coming out for the first time. But I guess I'll go with an Alamo Minute for this, and I'll give a shout out to a spot that me and my family go to a couple times. Flavor Rich, Alamo Minute. It's a Flavor Rich is over off Wurzbach across from Ingram Mall. The food is spectacular. We've been there about 3 or 4 times. Again, called Flavor Rich. It's across from Native, which is just closed down, but it's across from Ingram Mall off of Wurzbach. But the food is sensational. The presentation is sensational. And we just took one of my wife's coworkers there, kind of because, for the person she was and what person she is. And I mean, we were all licking our fingers. I had a truffle butter steak with eggs and potatoes. And I'm just hurting myself. So check out Flavor Rich off of Wurzbach across from Ingram Mall. It is a must have from as far as when you talk about good food.
Okay. That's a good one. I have a Kiss My Grits, and that's for Brian Kelly.
Oh, man. Every
Brian
day,
Kelly
all
can
day.
kiss my whole grits. The reason why I'm saying so is because of Greg Brooks Jr. If y'all are aware of him, this dude was in the hospital over some negligence, some medical negligence on LSU's part, which the court has actually found LSU medically negligent. After 2024, Brian Kelly and his staff cut off communications with this young man. And he has some serious medical issues that are life impacting. So Brian Kelly, you can kiss my fucking grits. Okay, that's it. Thank y'all for listening to us, listen to our shenanigans, listen to everything that we have to talk about. We didn't get to everything. Actually, we did. We did get through everything. Stay tuned for the next podcast. Make sure you like and
Subscribe.
All right, y'all. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.